On your back. Yeah, Ejike Jamal.
AKA Nana Man.
And we are the problematic safe place. Hey. Yo, Nana Man, what's good, bro?
What's good, man? Man, living life. Officially, summer has ended. So for all those people out there was trying to get your summer body and all that stuff, well, you're gonna have to hibernate on that because fall has officially started.
Yep.
And you know what that means? It's official cuffing season. So, bro, if you ain't get drafted yet, or if you ain't on a bench, or you didn't go out there in the summer and try out for a couple teams, man, you might get left behind. It's official cuffing season.
Yo, man, I know one thing, man. Getting back on the work week, you know, like since fall started, and you know, for me, work just started. Man, I'm exhausted by small talk, bro. You have this problem? Nah, hell no, you don't have this problem. But like, do you have, like, does anybody else feel me when I say you get exhausted by all the small talk conversations throughout the week? Like, I get tired of constantly hearing shit about either what foods to eat, what foods to eat, restaurants to go to, shit about kids, people showing you baby pictures and shit. What else? Things they bought. I just get tired of having a conversation about nothing and just continuing that. That shit is, yeah, it's exhausting. Yeah. Like, how long can you keep a conversation going about the fucking weather?
I don't know. I kind of want to know where all the good spots are to eat. I don't know what you're talking about.
I agree with that.
Once again, that's why you don't have friends.
Hey, man, I got friends, but I do admit I do have
a friend.
I have
Not
a small.
friends, plural.
I have a small circle.
Very small,
that is true.
Small circle.
Hey, man, it's a quality, not quantity.
Yeah, it's true.
You experience life with more people, man. It's better.
But if 90% of those people ain't shit, then what are you really getting?
It's
like,
what, honestly,
it's like you, for instance, okay, Eva. It's like Eva, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's going to introduce the guest later. But it's like, Eva, okay, you probably have like a whole bunch of guys, like let's say 100 guys holler at you constantly in your DMs, right?
It happens, yeah.
But it happens, right? But if 80% of them dudes is trash, then what the fuck does that mean? Like
it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Exactly.
But if you go into that mindset, then you're never gonna find a good person. And I'm a strong believer. You bring out whatever that character quality in a person. So if you want a good person or whatever, you want someone who doesn't want to talk too much, then you can bring out that character quality.
Actually, I disagree. I think the people that you hang around with are actually a reflection of who you are.
This is true.
For instance, if the people you hang around with are typically basic as fuck, talk about superficial shit, or self-absorbed, most likely that says something about your character. You really don't see too many intellectuals or deep people associate with IG models. You know, the IG
love
model
IG models.
I know you
What's
do.
wrong
man.
with intellectual IG models?
Where? nigga, where? You don't know. They belong on Twitter, okay?
All the intellectuals are on Twitter.
IG is not the place for intellectualism, man.
I have hope.
I disagree.
I have hope for the IG
I
models.
disagree. I feel like it depends on who you follow. If you follow more artistic people, you'll get more of the intellectual side of Instagram.
Okay. So like visuals, like photographers and things like that.
Right.
Okay.
People that are able to
some
make you
dumbass
feel a certain
photographers
way
too, though.
and think certain thoughts, you know?
Yeah.
It's perspective. I mean,
Exactly.
you might see a girl with a big booty and you can say that's art. It's your perspective on that. You could be like, that's very deeper than the ocean type of picture, you know? It's all about perspective, what you want to get from it. But, I mean, hey, I say take it as it is.
Why not? Why not? Fuck it.
Sure.
And then, man, why don't you go introduce our guest, bro?
Oh, snap, man. We have afforded the opportunity to bring two strong individuals in the building. First, I met this gentleman at a networking event, man. And I'm going to let him take it from there. Sin, what's up? What you do? Tell your
Sin?
people.
Don't ever let them tell you networking events don't work, because here the fuck we are. On the 9th floor and shit. My name is Sin. I'm a poet from Fort Worth. You can find me everywhere at Sin Spoken Word. That's Sin spelled like in the Bible. I'm not fancy. I'm not eccentric. It's just spelled regular.
Like no S-Y, no S-Y-N. Or
no S1N.
Or the little X in the middle of it.
No X. What the fuck is up with the X? The X don't. X stands for every letter now.
Yeah.
No. S-I-N Spoken Word. You can get my project at Deep Vellum Books, or you can stream it anywhere. It's entitled And Poetry, one word, capital A, capital P.
And just out of curiosity, why do you choose that name, Sin?
Sin. Long story short, I grew up in the church and I saw a lot of hypocrites in the church. And then when I started writing, I said, if I'm going to be completely honest in my writing, you know, everybody, you was born a sinner, you live in sin.
Yeah.
So the only way to be honest is to write about everything, including your sins. And then as I became a little less religious, you know, and got into like philosophy and other things like that, I realized that that's also considered a sin to think differently from the church, or even just from like popular society.
Okay. So you're a rebel. Okay. Now that's interesting. We're gonna I have some strong opinions about that. But also, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. You say you're a poet. I need at least 2-3 bars from you.
2 or 3, but right now?
Right now.
I'll give y'all an in progress piece. How's that?
All right. Problematic exclusive. Let's go.
Exclusive. Gotta get my marketing on. I'm also the marketing arm. Got arc the arm. Never cross you over. Just cross my arm. A brute force. I be the fault in your stars. To the cribs come the fault with alarms. Circle smaller than black hole. They drawn in. One co-signed by me. They can't shine by me. I'm the definition of greatness. A priori. Prove it to you. Show my posterior or I. Spill your brains. Scatter the data. Remain the outlier that wrap up the average. What I mean? You'll be outlined if you outline saying you can outline me. I be dressed down like I'm rolling with dope in the ride. I dress down so they won't see me coming when I drop some dope on the mic.
Bro, we need some snapping in here.
Hey, question
Hey, Jedi, get the fire extinguisher, cause bro, he blazed it up in here.
Hey, yo, what's your ethnicity, by the way?
I'm Mexican.
You're Mexican. Okay, okay. Because I wasn't
nice.
sure if you were white or. All right, bro. I'm glad that your shit was fire because
Right.
I was ready to go in. Okay, we can't be just co-sided bullshit here. Okay, so when I all just come up here and spit, our word is our bond, you know.
Yeah.
So, bro, that shit was
snuck
dope.
That's why I snuck that small circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Hey, that's way better than a poet that I wrote. You know,
Shoot.
violets are red.
Hey.
I mean, poet or musician, because low key, you put a beat behind that, you could drop something hot.
Yeah,
We're keeping it vague.
it's better than
Never know.
It's better than what all the Lils are doing.
You might get signed after this podcast, bro. Hey.
All right. So what about what's up with our next guest, man?
You know, I'm actually blushing right now, but I'm dark skinned. You can't tell. This young lady right here, man, she got the swag of Eve, but her name's Eva. Eva, introduce yourself. Welcome to the Problem Max Safe Place.
Welcome.
Thank you. What's up? My name is Eva. Thank you for the introduction. My business is Fashioned by May, in which I do custom designing for pretty much all genders, sizes, events. I just did a collaboration with Bayer Boot. That was exciting.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to Bayer Boot.
Hey.
Shout out to Q. Shout out to
Hey.
Say. I
Yeah.
actually designed her a piece
You got
for an
yourself a
episode.
bae?
Depends.
Oh, dang.
It depends.
Depends
Shoot.
on
Let
who's
me-
asking.
Let me
Depends
make
on
this.
who's
Let me go ahead and make this depends to a yes. Here, go ahead and put your number on my phone. Just for business reasons.
Oh, always.
She's not entering anything. She put, what's that? Google number?
You'll find out.
How you know? You get those all the time?
Nah, man. But I heard that's a common tactic, like with the whole Google number. I didn't even know you could do that.
Back when I was in school, they used to just give you the Domino's number. That was the go-to.
Wow.
But see, and the game evolves. Niggas start catching on. Niggas start recognizing the
No,
dominant.
no. Honestly,
Oh, they'll say
before
something like, call me right
let
here.
me call you right
Right.
now.
Yeah,
I'll
call
call
me
right now. Hold
Answer
on.
it. Answer
Hello?
it. Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and or you get the Mike Jones number, 281-334-800.
That's lit.
Yeah, you get the Mike Jones number.
Hey,
too.
shout out to Mike Jones, man.
Hey.
I'm surprised 6ix9ine ain't beefing with him yet.
Not yet, man. 6ix9ine himself, man. I just seen the video. 6ix9ine beefing with Luda.
Luda, out of all people, the nicest nigga in the rap game.
Actually, I don't believe that because his whole brand name is DTP, Disturbing the Peace.
And
so he don't want no peace.
Nah, it was funny because like even in his on one of his songs where he had all the DTP members on there, it was like years ago. He even said, "I'm the nicest one in my group." Like, what kind of rap? How many rappers could go and say they're the nicest one in their group and still be respected? Luda's never been a gangster rapper, and not that he should be, but he's never represented that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what about move, bitch? Get out the way.
I mean, that shit was aggressive, but not gangster.
What about say it like you said it in the booth?
Oh, was that his new freestyle?
That was off of his latest album, Ludaverse.
See,
What year did he drop that?
I could try to look it up.
I don't know. I'm just saying because he's so irrelevant to me. I just hope he host shows or something like that.
Yeah, he hosts. I think some talent show.
Yeah, I think he just need to stay to the Fast and Furious or whatever he's doing.
I mean, come on, man. Nigga's been active since what 2000.
I mean, I stopped following Luda after he cut the braids off.
Ludaverse dropped in 2015.
Yeah, I wasn't.
That's
The
been
last
a while.
Luda album I got on was it had a movie theme to it.
Well,
Like
just
something with
with all that being said, he's not relevant in the rap game, at least, you know. So,
but he's also held as arguably a legend.
see, everybody wants to be a legend, okay? Everybody wants to. I did this, I did that. Well, the thing about it, the new kids on the block don't respect that. They don't care, and they weren't present at that time period, so you're not relevant to them.
I mean, what really makes you a legend, though?
Yeah, most of them are self-proclaimed. A legend, only person I consider a legend is like people who've been martyred, like Biggie, Tupac. You know, they died for what they stood for. Stood for. You know, but
Well, you're talking martyrs.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you consider only martyrs legends.
yeah.
Nah, man, because I consider Ludacris definitely a respected OG.
He's not no legend. He ain't no legend.
I guess based off on how long you last. Does that make? Is that what
I
makes
mean,
I think it's when the story of you becomes bigger than you. Like when your persona becomes like when Eminem becomes bigger than Marshall Mathers. I think is when you become a legend. When the story surrounding you and your art becomes bigger than you.
or you're able to like influence
Yes.
Yeah.
multiple platforms,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
well,
continue that.
multiple platforms. Let's say there's more to genealogy, like generations. You know, like not just you know to the millennials or to generation Y or to generation Z, to all of them. You know, that's your legend. A legend is Michael Jackson. He's definitely a legend.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
legendary, definitely. I even consider. You know, she just passed away. I guess I could say Aretha.
Yeah,
she had a
Aretha.
respect song. Yeah, Aretha's a legend.
Aretha Franklin is a legend, and I said this on the last episode. You know, I'm not one of those. I'm gonna be honest. Aretha Franklin was way before my time, so you're not gonna see me posting and just tweeting like Aretha Franklin, Miss Aretha Franklin. I mean, you know, I respect her. I'm sure my mama, you know, my grandma will probably, you know, give Miss Franklin her props. So I believe she's definitely respected as a legend, but she didn't have the direct influence on me. But probably artists that I love.
Yeah.
You know? So hey, can we play the clip with 6ix9ine? 6ix9ine showing out, told Luda to suck his
Wilding
dick.
out.
Yeah.
Mad
That's a lot.
disrespectful. So y'all let us know what y'all think.
And actually, I've come to appreciate 6ix9ine a lot more.
Me too.
I think you really introduced me to 6ix9ine, you know, and his antics. I'm not trying to see this reading rainbow type of brother, you know, but I like what he's doing, man. And I think his trolling is very strategic.
Absolutely.
And why is he beefing with Luda in the first place?
I have a theory,
Wilding out.
but let's play the video real quick.
From my point of view, and this could be a selfish point of view, I always want.
You bum ass, pussy ass, Fast and the Furious geek playing, role playing ass.
Nigga.
Yo, suck my fucking dick,
Yeah.
Ludacris. Look, this is what you know for. Yo, bro, you irrelevant motherfucker. Hold on. When I was 13.
Let's pause it real quick. Let's pause it real quick.
Oh,
Yo,
lost all credibility right
why
there.
everybody lost the credibility?
Yeah.
What you talking about now? I didn't fuck with Baby during that time, but are we really gonna front like Baby wasn't a fucking hit? That was a smash hit. Biebs is still eating off a baby. Like, come on, man. If you had the opportunity to ski well with this hot little white boy from Canada who's blowing up to do a song, you know it's gonna go #1. Is that a loss?
Doing it.
That's
Is
I'm
that a
doing
loss?
it.
in a
That's,
heartbeat.
that's definitely not a loss. But the thing is, with his mantra and what he represent, DTP stands for disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
he looked like he was very peaceful in that song.
Yo, he was just doing what was hot. I mean, that was
Exactly.
a Bieber song. That wasn't a Ludacris song.
But you bring your personality to the song.
I've never heard Ludacris feature Bieber. I haven't.
Probably.
So. But hey, yeah, let's keep the clip going. Okay. But yo,
Pussy
are you
ass,
gay?
Fast and the Furious geek playing, role playing ass.
Try to hashtag
Yo,
that one.
Suck my fucking dick, Ludacris. Look,
I
this
love
what you
6ix9ine's
know for.
energy.
Yo, bro, you irrelevant motherfucker.
He's just
Hold
passionate.
on. When I was 13,
That was not an L, bro.
what the fuck is you doing? Yo,
Wow.
you too young for this, youngin. I used to be the man back in the day, you heard?
Back in the day. Back in the day.
With the rainbow
Hey,
dunks. Horses.
hey, I like how he has fun, man. I like this
Right.
guy, man. He's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I
No.
got a quick little message for the whole world right now, and this is specifically for rappers, but for the fans too, you know what I'm saying, so y'all can understand why
6ix9ine
y'all
love
rapper
using
fell
those
off.
filters, boy.
Yeah.
Now, this for every rapper in the fucking game right now. The reason y'all fall off and y'all can't produce another fucking hit is because y'all think y'all too cool. When a rapper
I
thinks
agree
he's too
with that
cool,
one.
you fall off. That's your fan base don't give a fuck about
You
you.
get too comfortable.
Be yourself, have fun, joke around, bro. Make fun of yourself sometimes. Sometimes you can't be that cool person. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I could be a fan of another artist. I'm on the top of the game right now, and I could be the fan of any artist in the world right now, and I'll sit at the level I am right now. I'll stand in front of the show, in front row, and sing all the lyrics. My favorite rapper is Lil Baby, and I'm not
All right, let's pause it
scared
right
to
here.
say
Are
I'm
we
too
done with the
cool.
clip? So, man.
Hey, facts right there, man. That's why I respect him, because he is pretty a humble dude. He do be trolling
Hella
excessively,
hard.
but I mean that's all a part of his marketing and strategic campaign. But after all, bro, he has fun, and he's included, and we'll get a little bit in depth throughout the podcast in that Generation Z, and they're a little bit different.
And here's the thing about 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, obviously, he's a master troll. I mean, this nigga takes trolling to like a whole nother art. It's almost like saying being a fuck nigga is an art. You know, like I remember when he made a post on Instagram saying, "Hey, who looks better between him and Trey Songz?" He said, "Comment if you think Trey Songz and like if you say me." But guess what? This nigga disabled the comment section. Okay, and then he deleted the post. This nigga makes trolling an art form, but I think he's actually doing an act of service, to tell you the truth. Most little kids, these Generation Zs, you know, born after 96 or whatever, don't know shit about Ludacris. Okay, for all they know, I mean, like what 6ix9ine
Luda
said,
came in 2000, so they might know a little
they don't
bit.
know they don't know Luda like we know Luda. Okay, like we were in the era where
Right. They didn't
you know,
grow up with him.
Yeah, A-Town stomping and move, bitch.
Yeah.
Kids were singing that in the hallways.
Yeah,
and
you're
shit.
right.
Like, we
The
were in
Laffy
that-
Taffy, Snap Your Fingers.
Yeah, all they
Yeah,
know
you're right.
is Fast and the Furious. But I think what 6ix9ine is doing with this trolling, I think this is exposing these OGs to the kids.
Hey, I like it.
Him
Yeah.
playing Move, bitch. That's
Yeah.
probably the first time these kids have heard that song. A lot of these kids have heard that.
Yeah.
He did another thing where he was doing a parody off of Usher, Let It Burn, or no, it was yeah by Usher, and he did a parody while he was A-Town stomping in some water or some shit.
Oh, really?
And to be honest, he's exposing these kids to older music.
Yeah.
I think 6ix9ine is actually keeping these OGs relevant.
Yeah, he is, man. He's giving them exposure and publicity. And the thing about the younger people, man, I noticed that you got to keep them engaged. They want to be engaged. So back then, we didn't just have direct access to celebrities, you know, via internet.
Right.
Now we can comment, and a celebrity would directly comment back, you know? So everybody was like, oh, holy grail, God, oh, I got, you know, get in contact with this person. Now it's really helping the older artists So 6ix9ine is doing. I actually agree for the first time in history. This is a problematic. Everybody's witnessing this. I agree with EJ.
Yeah, you just a hater. That's all. You just a fucking hater.
Nah,
Hey,
far from it.
So man, another big thing happened this week. All right, I didn't watch the full interview, but apparently Kanye has apologized, and I'm doing quotation marks right now for those who are listening. Has apologized to black people for his past comments, on TMZ about slavery being a choice. But I want y'all to listen to the video, and I want to hear both of y'all, takes from our guests, what y'all think about this apology.
Okay.
From my point of view, and this could be a selfish point of view, I always want you to speak for black people.
I don't know if I properly apologize for how that slave comment made people feel. So I want to take this moment right now to say that I'm sorry for hurting. I'm sorry for the 1-2 effect of the MAGA hat into the slave comment. And I'm sorry for people who felt let down by that moment. And also, I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to talk to you about the way I was thinking and what I was going through. I just appreciate you guys holding on to me as a family. And one thing that I got from the TMZ comment is it showed me how much black people love me.
All right, what y'all think? Should Kanye have apologized?
I'm gonna let Miss Eva take it first.
I think that it was appropriate that he did. I've read a lot about that. I mean, people were saying that he kind of had to, based off the person who he is. He didn't have to, but he did, which is, I mean, that's respected. But I mean, you even did he apologized. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Did he really mean it, or did he say it because he had
Let's
to?
get your opinion. How do you feel about that? His apology.
I feel like it was as sincere as possible.
No, I wouldn't.
Based off of, I mean, you got to think about it off of his perspective. We're just thinking about it out of our perspective. Like, this is what he should have said. This is what I know. But you got to think about what he knows in his perspective. He's not really surrounded around, other black people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. But look at it this way. I'm listening to his words, okay? And first off, I don't believe Kanye should apologize for shit.
Mr. Lane, if you would please.
I don't believe Kanye should apologize for shit, okay? Like, he said how he felt. I still like Kanye. And you know what?
Oh, of course.
Let me know. Is saying you like Kanye now the equivalent to being called a Trump supporter?
No,
Like saying it seems like there's a stigma behind saying you like Kanye now. But I still fuck with Kanye.
And what's wrong with Trump?
I disagree with his politics, but initially when he was coming into politics, I liked his energy. Again, like kind of like we're about to touch on throughout this episode, when everybody's being all PC and shit and say, it was nice to see somebody get up and say some wild shit
that they actually
felt,
that
that actually felt like Trump was genuine with his bullshit.
I feel like you and Trump have a lot of personality.
No, I dispute that.
I really do.
I dispute that.
It just kind of just coming from like y'all moral consciousness is very similar. And if you think about it, like Trump, he like to have his circle small. You like to have your circle small.
Okay, man, really?
It's a lot of commonalities. I don't know. That's what I see.
This nigga, man. Propaganda at its best. But yeah, going back to this whole Kanye thing. Listen to his words. Kanye said, "I apologize, for how I hurt people or how it made people feel." He never said he was sorry for saying what he said. In which I still don't think he should. But he apologized solely off of how people felt about it.
Yeah.
But didn't necessarily apologize for what he said. Kind of like Nana when he said that he retracted his statement about he don't think it's possible to rape your wife. But then when you asked him, look at his face like, whoa. Okay. And then when I asked him, I was like, oh, what changed your mind? What made you think differently about it? He didn't have an opinion. He didn't have a reason for his belief changing.
Because you know what? I said it before. Okay, so I have the knowledge how you can possibly rape your wife, but I don't understand how you can rape your wife. And I actually, and we'll have her on the show one of these days. But a good woman friend of mine that she's married, she also agreed that wife can't be raped.
All right, y'all both wrong.
Okay. Anyways.
All right, but that's my whole point. Like, it's like if you don't really mean it, I don't see why you should apologize or take anything back. So I don't think Kanye owed anybody anything. He just has to move accordingly. If people decide to quit fucking with him based off of what he said, it is what it is. But
What you think, Sin?
There's a lot of money on the line, is what I think. So obviously you got to get up and save face just like anybody else. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to hear that you're sorry for how I felt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry you felt that way. So you're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry I'm pissed off about it.
Exactly.
So I don't take that as like a real apology, but I understand why some puppet strings had to be moved for that to happen, because it's just money just being lost.
he even said on the album, he was like, Kim told him, hey, you fucking up the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking it all up.
Hey, so Kanye has to mend a few bridges, that he messed up.
Nah,
But-
man. I mean, I'm on Eva's side, man. I agree. I was like, I don't think the apology was necessary, but I think it was sincere, and he was very transparent. Kanye throughout his whole career been transparent.
Yes.
Kanye is known for the impulsive. He's expressed himself impulsively, okay, and he always did that throughout his whole career.
Yeah,
and he was being transparent. Now, sometimes we formulate opinions that we haven't really made an educated decision or analyze. Sometimes I might think, have a perspective about something that is really politically incorrect, and I haven't really thought about like why it's politically incorrect. And he was just going off of his feelings and the emotions. And one thing about the emotions, they're fickle. All right, they change day by day. It can change, and he realized that what he said was not right, and I can hear his sincerity in that apology. That's why
he was sincere about not wanting people to be upset with him. He wasn't, but he didn't say that he was wrong for what he said. He said, like, he listened to his words. He said he was wrong. He felt bad about how it made people feel. He felt bad about how his words might have hurt people. He never said what he said was wrong.
Kanye, I accept your apologies. Don't worry.
Kanye,
I accept it.
Yeah, I say you didn't need to give an apology. All right,
Yes,
that's
he
what I
fucking
say.
the money up. Yes, he did.
Hey, man. I stand for Ye in his free thought. Okay, I support Ye in his free thought, man. You didn't have to apologize for shit, especially if you know that you don't mean it. I do believe he was sincere about how he made people feel, but come on, he's not sorry for what he said, and he shouldn't be.
I'm like 3 stories ahead in my head because I just keep looking at your laptop and shit. But we're gonna get there.
Yeah. So, any more thoughts about this whole Kanye apology thing?
I think one of the things that stuck out most to me was when he said, after the apology, he said he didn't know that, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, he influenced black people the way he does, kind of like along those lines is what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how, though, you are a black person, how do you not represent that community?
Yeah.
I think that kind of like, I was like, what, how? But then, like I said before, it's his surroundings. Like, he's not surrounded by the type of culture that we're used to every day.
Yeah. But now he did grow up in Chicago, the south side of Chicago. But I'm like, back to what you were saying, like him representing or speaking for black people or influencing black people. Is that kind of on us more than Kanye? I mean, who made Kanye a role model? I don't even think Kanye would nominate himself as a role model. It's just Kanye has stayed on brand. He's always known, like Nana said, for saying wild shit, based off of what he's feeling at the time. Boom, George Bush don't give a fuck about black people. George Bush don't care about black people. We loved that during that time. We ate that up. Now, you could question whether or not that was true or accurate. We loved hearing that. But it's just when Kanye does the same thing, but to a side that most black people don't stand for or don't stand on, we have a problem with it. It's like, fuck Kanye. He's in the sunken place. No, man, Kanye has been the same Kanye. It's just this time we don't agree. Most of us don't agree with him.
Yeah.
He's the same Ye.
He's just being himself.
I feel like if you a real Ye fan, you understand that Ye goes through cycles. He goes through cycles, and he's going to always change. And I'm willing to accept the changes. I like Ye. I like following Ye's journey.
And you think that his disorder takes a play into that?
Absolutely. Even in the TMZ interview, he basically admitted that he wasn't on his meds.
Yeah.
When you say that the doctors told me I need to take 8 pills a day or something, I'm only taking 2 or 3 a week, that means you're not on your meds, nigga.
At all. You're just chemically
Quarter of the
imbalanced
way
at that
on
point.
your meds.
You're not on your meds.
You're 25% sane.
Yeah.
And he did talk about he wasn't on his meds too. So that played a big role. And I'm concerned. All these artists and, taking these meds or dependent on these meds, it's a little concerning to me.
Well, I would say definitely abusing your meds is a problem. Now, if you need to take 10, 12 pills a day to stay functional, so you take your medicine by all means. But if you wanted the Lils that just pop a Xanny, every time you're depressed and that shit wasn't prescribed, then that's a whole nother issue. Hey, so
speaking of that meds, America's having an opioid addiction. It's a big thing, and it's funny how they word it. I was watching BuzzFeed and NPR. So now they're trying to establish some recovery systems, and the opioid addiction, since it's so bad here, they're starting recovery systems, and they're saying it's a crisis. Trump actually came out and said it's a crisis, and it kind of refers back to the 1980s, 1990s when crack cocaine was a big problem. They didn't have no recovery centers for them, and it was called epidemic.
Yes.
So big difference of word choices: crisis, epidemic. Now the predominant people who are misusing these drugs or being really affected by the opioid is not people of minority skin color, versus someone who the opioid addiction is predominantly affecting. So it's been kind of concerning.
So basically, yeah, is you get more exposure. Like it's the white drugs and the white victims that get more exposure than, because crack has destroyed communities. So yeah, I feel what you're saying. What exactly is classified as an opioid?
I don't even know what an opioid is.
I was gonna say you might want to
Googling right
explain
now.
that because not
Opioid
too many
is a
people
form of
probably even know.
depressant, so like heroin, Xanax.
Okay. All the little drugs. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, so man, we're gonna Google this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the little drugs basically are the opioids.
Okay.
Yeah.
An opium-like compound that binds to one or more of 3 opioid receptors in the body.
No one knows what the fuck that means.
That was Google's answer to me.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, what's the song of the week, man?
Song of the week. The song of the week here is I had to laugh because I was taken back. But this person, artist named Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
And she got a song called B, I'm a Cow.
Bitch, I'm a cow.
Yeah.
All right, but now I
cow.
think she changed it. She rebranded it to Moo, to sell more. But yeah, the original is called Bitch, I'm a Cow. Let's listen to it. Can you play the YouTube video? Appreciate you, King.
Yeah, bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. I'm not a cat.
You vibing to this shit.
I'm a cow.
I mess with it.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch,
I mess with it.
Bitch, I'm a
She has a nice flow. You can vibe with it.
I like it.
It's attention grabbing, like she has your attention,
Yeah, the video itself is very visually pleasing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I'm about to actually follow
just
her.
mad at
Stop.
DMs.
Okay.
I'm mad at this video work.
Are you serious? No, you gotta.
'Cause she's
have
grainy.
To listen to the bars though, like.
But why is the cow grainy while she's twerking?
Any video
See?
that has someone twerking is gonna be a hit.
Got beef, got steak,
See?
got cheese, great A.
This is poor Photoshop work.
I think it's all a part of the plan.
No, it's all part of it.
I do think
It's very. The thing is, it's very
different.
visually
Yeah.
consuming. I'm really trying to look up for inspiration, down for desperation, but not side to side for information. Because I mean, dang, see, I can't watch it no more.
All right, pause it, please. God, yo.
And someone's at the door here. Can you get him?
Yo.
Yeah. He's
So
one of my friends.
this is definitely a reflection of the dark times we're in.
How so?
How so?
Talk to me.
Oh my God.
How so?
The fact that you two were eating this shit up, this is
Well,
trash.
She's a cow.
I don't think.
Bitch, I'm a cow? Bitch, I'm a fucking cow.
Whoa.
You have niggas.
So you're focused
Cows
more
are
on the
delicious.
content rather than the vibe.
You have
of the
motherfuckers
song.
crying in the booth, spitting their souls, saying the most prophetic shit.
Okay.
That's
My man
not
over here-
relevant no more. It's not. See, you
My man's-
angry. You
it's
like
not.
Eminem.
My man Sin right here.
Yeah.
Like he's the Joe Budden of the podcast, is what I'm gathering.
My man Sin right here just dropped a dope ass freestyle or a pre-written, whatever you define as a freestyle.
Yeah.
People with talent. Talent is getting overlooked for bullshit.
So
Bitch,
that's
I'm
not
a fucking
talent.
cow.
So that's
Hey,
not
but-
talent.
But Mark,
It's
but you
what I
gotta.
call- it's
You're
what I call
trashing
toxic-
on her.
It's what I
on
call
what she's
toxic
about?
mediocrity.
Yeah, but
We are satisfied with mediocre bullshit.
But see, if like millions of people didn't pay attention to mediocre bullshit, the mediocre bullshit wouldn't rise to the top.
Exactly. Because you know
Marketing.
This is
Marketing.
What I heard.
If it grabs
Market-
attention, it wins in this day and age.
marketing is always gonna precede talent. It's always gonna.
And I also think I think people aren't like one dimensional. I think you can enjoy "Bitch, I'm a Cow" and then you can enjoy some deep shit.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't want to be too overanalyzed and analytic, and
Right.
Hold up.
and
Right.
deep in thought.
Hold up.
Sometimes I
Seems like
want.
you're
That's the
being
type of song you want to play when
one-minded.
you're eating a real good burger.
I somewhat
Bitch, I'm a
agree
cow.
with you. Now, for instance, I can listen to Kendrick and other conscious artists, and I can listen to Migos or some shit, right? But this shit right here, I don't believe "Bitch, I'm a Cow's" fan base is looking for the conscious shit. Okay,
I don't
of
think
course
it's
not.
but I don't think it's an actual fan base. For the most part, I think it's a bunch of people saying, "Can you believe this ridiculous shit?" and then sending it to all their friends, and then that collectively puts
Because
it
I
on
think
our
this was
screen here
trolling.
today.
No.
I think this video was trolling. Because what I've heard, and it makes sense. I automatically thought this was trolling, but I heard that this artist Doja Cat. I didn't explore for myself, but I hear that she actually has a catalog of good music.
Yes,
like
she
good
does.
music.
Yeah.
I think this
Yeah.
is an entryway for her. This is like a doorway.
And
this
Yes.
is like, look at me. And then, I mean, that's what got my attention.
And
Yeah.
that's
when I
part of
looked
the
her up.
fucking
And I was
problem.
like, oh, she has good music.
but no, she actually got good music.
She
but
does.
think if she didn't drop this, would she be exposed to a larger audience pool?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
and
then
that's the problem. That's
What's
the
the
problem.
problem? What's the problem with
Because
that?
everybody. Oh shit, my damn mic fell out. Everybody is so fucking basic.
This is a real hip
No,
hop.
that
no.
basic?
How is
that
it?
basic?
You don't always gotta be so analytical, man.
not analytical.
That's why
It's
reality
like
show is so.
trash.
But
That
that's
was
why
outside
reality
the
show is
box.
so appeasing to people. Because honestly, if you worked a 9 to 5 or whatever, 10 to 9, whatever it is, you're so exhausted. By the time you get home, you don't want to really think what's going on in this episode. Okay, it takes a lack of effort to watch reality.
No, it doesn't.
shows.
I think you're describing two different people. Okay, I like to watch. I mean, and
That's
this is all,
you.
and it's all subjective.
And once again, you
It's
have
all
a lot
subjective.
of similarities to Donald Trump. So
Oh
that's you.
gosh, man, y'all don't believe
So-
this propaganda.
No, but like, okay, so like hypothetical, right?
well, what's up?
Since we're in the age of the internet, and everybody has music out there. All right,
Mm-hmm.
there's a million. Just to pick a number, a million just great artists. They put time and energy and depth into their work, and they're all super talented. They've all got an album out. You cannot humanly listen to all of that. So how do you make a choice? Usually
Right.
based on something arbitrary, like they got my attention first.
Yeah.
And so this is how you get people's attention. You have to get there too, because you have to stand out. There's such a sea of content that if you can't stick out somehow, you're just, even if you're great, you're gonna get
You're
overlooked.
just going to blend
that's
in.
the part- and that's
But
part of the
listen,
problem.
and then the next generation coming up, Generation Z, they have a lack of attention span. You know, you gotta have to grab that. You have to captivate them. If
And
you're
I
on
feel like
Instagram-
that's exactly what this video did.
and he doesn't
you know?
even do Instagram like that. He's
I
not
don't.
on social media. So like when you're on Instagram, you got so many people on there, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So literally you got like less than 1 second, like 0.05 seconds to make an impression on somebody. You know? I'm assuming like, especially if you can share your experience, especially for a girl, all right? You got guys constantly in your DMs, you know, constantly, baby girl, you're gorgeous, baby this and that. What would make you stop and actually like, you know, consider just friending that
Giving
person?
The dick
time
pic.
to somebody. I base that off of the content.
Hold on, I'm writing this down.
The content. If you're offering me something, or if I see something on your page that draws me in and makes me really think intellectually, not even. It's not all about looks. If you can make me think about something and really dig into my conscious, that's what attracts me.
Okay.
Conscious.
That's when I'm like, okay,
Nana,
let me
you
see what
already
he's
out,
about.
bro.
Let me
Bro,
see what
hey,
he's
I
about.
got some stuff. I ain't like sin, but I got some stuff that make it deeper than the ocean,
Oh,
girl.
okay.
You know?
Yo,
We can be floating. We can rock, you know?
Hey.
We can rock the boat.
Rock the boat.
Yeah, we can do a little something.
this nigga.
I'm spit like sin, but
Listen, man,
I
just
got my ghostwriter in
just
the
call me
building,
after this.
actually.
All right, I'll ghostwrite some shit for you, bro. I got you.
Hey. But that's what I'm saying. I think we kind of touched on this, and I agree with all of y'all. It's the basic shit that stands out and catches most people's attention.
Exactly.
I don't think people can process.
We ain't rocking Coogee no more. You know, all that flamboyant stuff. We want basic stuff.
No,
we
that's
want
not true.
shirts
That's
with
not.
no
I think
brand.
that's different. That's fashion. Because if we were to talk about it, 6ix9ine's hair looks like fucking Coogee outfits back in the day. All the different colors. Look at all the SoundCloud rappers. Before you even hear what they're saying, you scrolling down IG. But when you see a rainbow colored hair nigga with tattoos, a big
the
6ix9ine, and
It
what's
made
the
you
nigga from
stop and
Saw
look,
on his
though,
face?
didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where
He has that wow
where it is.
factor. You need that wow factor as an artist. You have to have that wow
Right.
factor.
But the
Especially
wow
today.
factor supersedes talent. It supersedes talent.
I don't
'Cause
think
here's the
so.
thing,
I think it's the attention grabber.
No.
It's the
wow-
attention grabber, and it
That's
moves you towards the talent.
that's top of the funnel marketing. So, but when you get deeper in that funnel and you discover the content, if it's not good, you're out.
and yeah,
No,
exactly.
but okay, yeah,
That's a
content
good
plays
point.
a role, but also what plays a role is their influence. So also like if 6ix9ine, he's one of the artists. Like, all right, so everybody knows about 6ix9ine. Now EJ listens to 6ix9ine. I'm listening to 6ix9ine. Even though I thought the song was trash, but EJ thought it was cool, and then a lot of other people think it's cool. Then eventually, it's gonna influence your decision. You be like, you know what?
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
it's all about influence as well.
But that's also part of the thing, man. It seemed like nobody, as social media has progressed, especially now in 2018, nobody can think for themselves. We're all like a lot of
Yes.
people go online, pull out their phones,
Yes.
looking for how the fuck should I feel about
Yes.
this issue today.
You're
They need to be
exactly
told what to feel.
Did we think
That's
for ourselves
crazy.
before?
I can't speak for everybody, but I know I did. I
School-
do.
But the thing, the school, especially in America, they institutionalize you in the first place. They teach you how to think.
I mean, think about how
Yes.
much more narrow it was when all you had was like 3 TV stations and a few newspapers to tell you what to think. That was it. They had a monopoly on information. I mean, you at least have an opportunity to think differently now.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right. And then if you also think about like, well, Apple, they're famous for this. Their phone is so simple, you know. People versus Apple versus Droid. They talk about it all the time. Really, a lot of Apple. Why a lot of people like Apple? A lot of the decisions are predetermined for you.
Yeah.
It's simple,
You
yeah.
people don't want to think.
And that's the problem. That is it. What you just said is exactly the problem. Nobody wants to think anymore.
I definitely agree.
Nobody has curiosity anymore. No one asks questions anymore. I remember I was reading this one post, this one article where it said a teacher. It was this black kid who got a punishment, and he went back home, told his parents that he had to write sentences because he called his teacher ma'am. She got mad that he called her ma'am, and he had to write a bunch of sentences and then get it signed by his parents. So they were outraged. So of course, when you look in the comments of this post, everybody is pissed off. Everybody is outraged. And you know what? If that was just it, if that was all, no more to the story, I see why you should be outraged. That doesn't make any sense. But how come nobody's asking questions? Me, the first thing I'm thinking of is, okay, there has to be some context to this. There has to be. Why did she get so pissed off at the dude the student just calling
Why
her
was she so
ma'am?
offended?
Now the way I know teachers, I know for a fact, like kids these days, they will go an entire year not knowing their teacher's name. They'll just get by saying Miss, Mister, Sir, all year round. Just so like, you know, every time they get your attention, that they won't bother to remember the name.
I still do that now.
You still do that now. So that's what I'm saying.
What's up, dude?
So
Hey,
I'm not
straight
saying I'm not saying this is the context behind it. I don't know what really happened. I don't know if that's all there is to the story. But if that were the case, I mean, my problem is, how come nobody is asking questions anymore? No one wants more
They
to the
just run
story.
with it and just have something to talk about. That's the exciting part about it.
Yeah.
It's just to talk about it, not really to think about
But there's so many stories out there. Where would you possibly find the time to do all the proper research on all of them?
Yeah.
it. And
I mean,
that's
think
the
about like
problem.
you work a 9 to 5, and then you're supposed to get home at 5 and just do research on like the 3 news stories of the day for 5 hours before you go. Like it's like a lot of fucking
It's time
information to go
consuming.
through.
It's not even just it's not doing research, but just simply asking the questions. Or like, there has to be more to this. Nobody says that anymore.
Right.
Another case where this kid allegedly was like, it was a kid in a wheelchair. It was a video with a kid in a wheelchair, and the video was titled "Kid beats up a kid." knocks out bully for picking on a handicapped student, right? So in the video, all you see is a handicapped boy in a wheelchair, and you see a kid just walking around him in circles, circling his wheelchair, and then all of a sudden this kid comes out of nowhere and steals the dude that's walking up in front of the kid in the wheelchair. And the video is titled "Kid defends wheelchair kid from bully." But I'm like, I don't know the story. The video was silent. I don't know what's being said. How do I know who's the bully? For all I know, that kid in the wheelchair could have been talking mad shit. Okay, and I'm one to believe no one's beyond an ass whooping.
Yeah,
no one.
It's a funny thing is 'cause when you say that story, I see you as a kid in a wheelchair.
As the kid,
yeah. I can
how
tell.
so?
Talking mad shit from the wheelchair.
I'm smarter than the kid in the wheelchair because I know if I can't walk, why the fuck am I gonna talk shit? I know I can't walk, so I'm gonna keep my fucking mouth
If
shut.
the person pushing me is fast, I might be able to get away with some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, it's your legs that are disabled. As far as we know, not your mind, not your mouth. Okay,
Still
so
got that mouthpiece.
yeah, so I'll say
I'll still be pulling too. With me, you know, I got that golden mouthpiece. I write a list of lines, rebuttals, and everything, so I can come with it.
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's compensating. You know, you can't fight, so you work on it. You try to compensate in some way. But my point for sharing these stories is no one are asking questions. We're being told what we should think, and the thing is, if you're one of the few who are asking questions, you get slandered for it. You know, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on today?
So I'm not sure if you ever been a teacher or been in a classroom, but sometimes the curriculum or whatever you explain is so much that you got to get by. It's distracting for people to ask questions, want that individual attention. We talk when we talk. If you think about it, we talk in the masses. Like you know, I just met Eva and Sin, but you know what? I'm gonna generalize make some assumptions because of you know. And I'm having a hard time to formulate my opinion, but it takes some time. It takes some time.
It's a millennial problem.
Yeah. Yeah. But we talking masses. You think about it. When we explain stuff, we talking masses.
I mean, speaking of time, I think time has a huge factor. Like, who sped up time? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so much information coming at us. That's the problem. Nobody takes time to think for themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody sits by themselves and just puts the phone down and think, how do I really feel about this?
Exactly.
There's no time for that. But who's in control of that time? Are you in control of this time? Like, you have the choice to put your phone down and really think about something. But no, it's because so much stuff is crammed in our face. You know, it's like, who has the time for it?
But I don't know. To me, and I'm not trying to make myself seem like I'm just this superior, but like, I don't know. When I read a post, immediately my mind asks questions. I read things or I digest videos with, my mind just automatically tries to see how can this be viewed differently. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a contrarian. You know, if you tell me how I should feel.
Deep words and stuff like that. Break it down to the people. What's a contrarian?
A contrarian, for those at home who don't know.
Asshole.
But somebody and like a contrarian is somebody who just typically disagrees with the common opinion, the most popular opinion. See, when you tell me that I should feel a certain way or something looks like this, I'm looking from the perspective of, okay, how can it be something else? That's just how I'm wired. I look at things that way.
But a lot of people will read quick articles online and just trust the source. I think a lot of people are conditioned to just trust the sources of what they're. Sometimes it'll be some shit that's like time dot some other fucking letters.com, so it looks like a real time article, and it'll be some fake shit. You know what I mean? So a lot of it comes to just instilling critical thinking in people in a healthy level of. I'm at a loss for the word. What's the word? Skepticism. Yeah. A healthy level of skepticism.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like profiling, for instance. Everybody thinks profiling is bad, right? You know? No?
No.
I actually don't either. I think profiling is a lot of times not done correctly. Okay? But I think sometimes we should profile people. For instance, okay, take, this is a perfect time, the Madden tournament shooting. Okay? Tragic. Everybody familiar with the Madden tournament shooting in Florida?
Briefly explain.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty.
Self-explanatory.
It's happening.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
white boy came into the Madden came into the Madden tournament studio. Came into the Madden tournament and then just opened fire.
Wow.
I believe 3 people died, 3 gamers.
Yeah, and then there was a total of 9 were wounded too.
Yeah.
Due to not just fight.
It might even be more than that.
Yeah.
Like several were wounded, but definitely 3 were dead from that. Okay,
Terrible.
absolutely. And initially, man, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about this, and then I'm hearing people saying that, I'm reading comments such as people are saying he was an off kid. Like, he was already off. People said that his social media activity was a little weird. He posted, he kind of made some strange posts.
Yeah.
His mom or somebody reported that he was on, he went to therapy several times, which doesn't mean that you're crazy. I'm glad you're getting help. But he was put on psychotics, antipsychotics, and, things to keep him level, keep him sane. So it's like, that makes me beg the question, is profiling ever just? Should we, basically before somebody, we're not waiting until somebody commits a crime, but preemptively interfere or confronting them before they have the chance to commit a crime, just based off of appearance? Is it ever just?
Is profiling ever just?
Perfect example. I was in the gym the other day, right? I was in the gym. Two kids walked in, about teenagers, okay? 2 kids walked in. 2 kids walked in the gym fully clothed with, jeans, t-shirt, big ass jackets, big ass coats, okay? With fucking mask on their face. Look like, those kind of masks people wear when they don't want to spread something, so like an illness or sickness or something. They had these masks on. Big ass hoodies and jackets, and then fiddling around in their pockets. What do you do?
What's the next thought?
Deuces!
Exactly.
I'm out.
Exactly. And you know what?
I ain't trying to over here to stay and see what happens afterwards.
Yeah, and I can see how these things could go wrong, because these were 2 black kids that did this, but I don't even think race matters. Why the fuck? First off, why the fuck are you wearing this big ass coat and it's 100 degrees outside?
Yeah.
2, you come in this gym wearing a mask with a big ass coat, and then you fiddle around inside your hoodie with your hands in your pockets. It looks suspicious.
Yeah.
So should we is it ever just to act on suspicion based off of just appearance?
I think we're programmed to a stereotype in our heads. I mean, that's how we get a grasp of the world. That's how when you walk in this building, even though I've never been here, I know that this is a table and you can set things on it. I know this is a chair, and based on my prior experiences with chairs and the information in my head, I know I can sit here. But I think you can. I think, if you see all the signs there, but you also have to be careful, because we project our expectations onto other people, and that can affect how they see themselves. I'm not too well read, but I know there's science behind that. If a kid grows up his whole life with people, kind of expecting him to be a criminal, or expecting him to be no good, he's more likely to turn out that way. So it's
self-fulfilled prophecy.
Yeah, so it's finding a balance between keeping yourself safe and the people around you safe, and taking preemptive action, and also not projecting negative shit onto other people.
I'd rather be wrong. I'd rather say, hey, I confront you, and if I'm wrong, all right, I fucked up. My bad.
Exactly.
But I'm not gonna lie though, if they were white, I would have got the fuck up out of there. I'm not gonna lie, and I think.
So is that something that's in your conscience though? Like,
yes.
Like Watson was saying about the chair and the table. He knew that. You know what I mean? But just to base that off of someone's white, is that something within that you have against white people, or against, and that's what triggers that thought? Like,
it's when if I see a young white boy, teenage age, wearing a mask, a big ass hoodie, and messing around in their pocket, a hoodie in 100 degree weather, coming into the gym. Yeah, you definitely believe I'm triggered. Okay? Right. And I could be very wrong, and I'm willing to be wrong. But it's just like when old white people, they see brothers, black kids in the hoodies walking outside in the parking lot, and they feel the tendency to lock their doors.
Hide the kids, hide your wife.
Yeah, that's why I want to move into a gated community so bad. Like
I'm surprised you don't live in one.
No, sir,
I
not yet.
But
I want to live in an affluent black neighborhood just so I can report the suspicious-looking white dude in the neighborhood. Like, hey, that's what I want to do. Those are my life goals.
He's over here selling some life insurance. Get him out of here.
I don't know what he's doing. I'm sorry, I haven't seen him before. He's wearing a trench coat. Looks very suspicious. But hey, but yeah, man, the Madden tournament shooting was definitely tragic.
It was very devastating, man. And then it comes right before Florida lawmakers are about to, reform the gun laws in Florida.
I'm scared about that. Like,
We'll see
to
what goes on. Yeah, Florida hasn't been having a good year, so we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah, Florida's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but you know what? Not everything is all negative, okay? Dallas got something right. Okay, I don't know if y'all heard, but the black boy that got shot last year, his name was, make sure. His name was, 'cause I don't want to mess his name up. Edwards. Jordan Edwards, okay? So last year, Jordan Edwards was unarmed and shot by a white police officer.
In Box Springs, Texas.
Yeah, in Box Springs, okay? And he was found guilty this week. This week.
The previous week.
What do y'all think about the sentencing?
The sentencing?
15 years with the possibility of parole at 7?
Unacceptable. He should be in for life.
Well, I'm just glad he was sentenced in the first place.
I am too.
So that was good, and I'm also glad that his officer or his colleague came up into the witness stand, and he played a critical role in that decision maker, where he indicated that he renounced that he
was in danger.
He was in danger. Yes.
I have mixed feelings. I'm glad that finally, he was found guilty, and I feel, hey, we're all gonna speak about it whenever it's police brutality. We're quick to stand up. Black Lives Matter, which we should, by the way. But I also want to be able to acknowledge whenever they get it right. So I'm glad that they found this cop guilty. But when you brought up the sentencing, I didn't even think about that. That's a good question. I'm not satisfied with 15 years with a chance of parole. You just killed this unarmed black kid.
And I think he's one of like 5 or 6 non-federal officers that have been found guilty, and like 4 of them have been overturned. So it's like not like they have the greatest track record, but it is. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but it's a small step.
Yeah, that perfectly well put.
Yeah.
Definitely a small step. I'm not satisfied at all.
What about
with
you,
the sentence.
I mean, I'm definitely glad that they situated this and actually found him guilty, and finally things are changing. You know what I mean? Like y'all I just agree with everything y'all are saying pretty much. Yeah.
So what about, do you think 15 years is enough, or?
I think it's a small step. Now, I don't know. I feel like you're giving off the vibe like it's not enough because he has to pay for everything else that's already happened. You know what I mean? I think you have to separate that. I think that it's a small step.
So is it enough or not?
I think it's not enough. I think he.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, fuck this PC
hey, you
shit.
treading the water. Bring it out of you.
I'm tired of all this diplomatic shit.
Hey,
okay,
but honestly, while he's in there, knows whatever years before his parole, he's gonna get raped. It's gonna be hell on earth.
I'm sure they're gonna find him a safe place.
The hardest people who have it
solitary.
in jail, the hardest people that have it in jail is white people, white men. It's terrible.
Really?
Oh yes, it's terrible.
Where you? I'm not sure about that. I don't know the stats, but the statistics behind those
it's terrible.
studies.
Yeah. So he's
because I'm thinking about all the neo-Nazi gangs and shit like that.
But who's predominantly in the prisons?
Minorities.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says enough. So they're the minorities when they come to that realm, and it's not pretty for them. So hopefully he joins a gang or something. Honestly, think about it. If I was in prison, man, I already know I'll get raped. I already know.
Yeah.
I know. You'll get raped too.
No.
You'll get raped before me.
Yo, that's why
you'll be backing it up.
You'll
be backing it up for sure.
Chill. Hell no, bro.
They be liking your dreads. They're gonna be pulling on your hair.
They
for
would,
sure,
bro.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Know.
I would never go to prison.
You got long hair, don't care type of brother.
Yo, I'm fighting to my last fucking breath. All right, you got to earn this shit, okay? All right, I'm not.
They'll take care of you real
I ain't
quick,
going
brother.
down like a little bitch. All right, if it's gonna happen,
I'll join the gang. I'll go ahead. I'll join the gang, man. I'll try to get with MS-13 or something like that.
No, you gotta get with the Bloods because that's like the most popping gang right now. Like,
really?
The Bloods have like a great PR team right now.
Oh, really?
Everybody's a Blood now.
I know Soulja Boy was trying to be a Blood a couple
Everybody's
years
a Blood.
ago. I don't know if he ever got inducted to the Blood ceremony or whatever.
Do y'all believe that Tekashi's a Blood?
Hell no.
Oh, I don't know.
I believe
he represent all the colors, so I don't know what he is.
I believe Tekashi paid for his membership. There's a lot.
You can actually go online and pay your dues to the Blood. But he probably did. He probably
allegedly Wayne did too.
Wayne.
Yeah, allegedly Wayne paid for his, his membership, to get
You gotta
protection.
What is how do you get indoctrined into the
I don't
blood?
know, I'm
You
not
gotta
get jumped in.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm not gonna speak about shit I don't know.
Does anybody know anybody in gangs or something like that?
I've different gangs are different. Some you just get jumped in. Some they have more intense rituals. But for the
And then
for
you
the
just replace the C's with B's.
what do y'all think the ROI is on paying your dues to be in the Bloods? Y'all think there's like, do you think there's an accountant somewhere that's like, this investment turned out real well for us. We put in this amount of X money into being in the Bloods, and this is what we got back from that look.
Yeah.
There's got to be a PR person and an accountant somewhere.
Because I heard the
fucking
training is
toasting.
pretty vigorous, and it just depends on where you become a blood in. Like if you go to Compton or LA, it's going to be more extensive than you're in Texas.
Yeah.
I believe so. But I know some bloods that went to my school and they stayed in gated communities and stuff like that.
Wannabe bloods,
they were real civil, some first class citizens, and they paid their dues to become a blood.
Everybody did that shit back then. I mean, I never did the Bloods, but I had friends who would be fake Bloods or fake Crips back in the day, just because that was what was cool. But I feel like that's an LA thing. LA is where they're really about that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did y'all hear about this flight? Did you hear about this thing on BuzzFeed?
I've been looking at this article the whole time.
Crazy.
Because all I'm looking at is that wild visual right there.
Yeah. What the fuck? Eva, let's start with you, Eva. Okay. And can you pull up the article about the masturbating on flights? Listeners like, what? So, Eva, how would you feel, if a person right next to you just started masturbating
That's
on the
not
flight?
acceptable, at all.
Would you feel like that was a traumatic experience?
Definitely. I mean, that would make anybody feel uncomfortable, period. Like, what are you even doing? How do you feel that comfortable with yourself to just whip it out and just go at it? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, what if he was trying to be discreet? Like, he put the blanket over, kind of turn it to the side.
You're like less than an
What
inch
if it's a
from
really long
somebody,
flight?
I'm saying,
I mean, go to the restroom.
like a 12-hour flight, you gotta get it off.
You can't go to the restroom.
So the restroom is acceptable, just not hidden in a seat.
It's not right next to somebody. Doesn't make any sense.
So what do y'all think, everybody? What do y'all think about this whole story?
Shoot, he should have tried to get one of those flight attendants, and maybe they could help him out with something. I don't know.
All right, there we go. Nana Weinstein right here. Okay, all right. But now let me read this. Let me read one of the takeaways I got from it. All right. So this girl, she reported, and this is several women. This is one testimony. She said, "I just shook silently in my seat for hours."
Silently.
Why?
Silently.
She's like, I just had the worst panic attack of my life. That was traumatic as fuck. Young children right across the aisle who could have been exposed to his perversion.
I love this dramatic read. By the way.
Yeah. Appreciate
I'm
it.
digging it.
Trying to be like you, Sin.
I see.
So basically, like, there's been problems on many airlines about men typically jacking off, being caught, and making the women uneasy on the flight. Fellas, what do y'all think?
I think we gotta chill the fuck out sometimes. We gotta chill out.
Men, who needs to chill out?
Men, we gotta chill out. We gotta chill out.
Yeah, he sound like a hot and ready $5 pizza. You just trying to get it in.
Just go to the bathroom. If it's like the urge is that a bit crazy, just go to. But some people have like a weird kink with like public shit.
Yeah.
So like they kind of secretly like the risk of being caught and shit. So that's like, I don't know.
That's what gets them
Now,
off.
several women.
That's what gets them off.
Now, several women also said that they felt like they were being sexually assaulted in the process.
I mean, if dude's looking at me, then yeah. Like, what?
Assaulted.
So it's like, where does it become assault or uncomfortable? Now, granted, I think jacking off of the flight, that should be a first class privilege. Like, you got to pay first class. Okay, that way you get okay.
That's a part of the package.
Yes, okay. If you pay first class, you should be able to get a nut off in your first class seat. But if you're riding coach with all the regulars,
That's a hell of a first class ticket.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you riding coach with all the regulars, okay, like us, like me, I'll say that. Yeah, you just gotta wait. I can see how that could be uncomfortable, especially, man.
Let me see the photo.
There's no more photos. Okay. But like, imagine, I'm thinking about the end result and the germs of where does it go?
How you
Okay.
dispose of your mess.
Yeah, because I'm reading this article and the one girl.
Did he opt for some nuts? You know, did he opt for some nuts?
I get
Crackers?
some nuts.
Which one was it? You got crackers or nuts?
Because I'm seeing one girl. One girl said that it was an old man. He was 50 years old. He was 50 years old, middle-aged man, and he was going on for like an hour and a half, like the last
Dang.
hour and a half of the flight.
Dang.
What caught my attention was the hour and a half. Like this nigga was going for an hour and a half.
I just watched the whole Black Panther. And you still doing it? Like, dang.
Hour and a half. Now I don't know if this is a symptom of maybe when you get 50, it takes an hour and a half to get that long.
That would be
Get
good.
it off?
That would be really good. Cause shoot, if you get 10 strokes out of me, you blessed.
That's what I'm saying, because I do this shit where it's like kind of like you teasing it out, but I don't know if it was one of those situations where you just kind of teasing it, and you're like, okay,
On the flight though?
Yeah, because it's like I'm thinking on the flight, you just got to get it off quick.
Yeah, you up in the
Yeah,
air.
let that motherfucker just let it go.
I'm just thinking about the
Read a
woman's
book,
perspective.
fam.
So what was she timing this? Like, did she like, oh, it's this
Yeah.
time?
She said
oh,
it was
like
like-
you still at it? Like,
It's
you
like,
don't say
okay.
anything. You don't. Excuse me.
Maybe she was trying to
Penis
get on,
out.
Guinness World Book of Record. The longest,
The longest jerk off on a flight.
I don't know.
Like I'm putting myself in the woman's point of view, and I think it's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable in general, and
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
what I don't even feel comfortable talking to you. Like it's like I'm
Yeah.
seeing this go down. And I'm like, hey yo,
Yeah, and I wouldn't
like,
want
how
him.
do you address that?
And then who was getting the bags afterwards? Was he like, oh, I'll get it for you? Like,
I'm good,
know?
brother. All right.
Whoa.
is he shaking the captain's
Fucking
hand?
psychopath.
What else is he doing?
Hey, I see you pulled up
You know,
a rape
he
culture
going
pyramid
through
on your
tears.
phone.
Yeah,
Sid.
I will see if you want to do a dramatic read for us, man. I just came across this the other day, and
Okay.
I think it'd be interesting for this situation.
So Sim pulled up the rape culture pyramid, okay? So starting with the bottom ones, okay? The bottom part of the rape culture
You gotta
pyramid.
do it dramatic though.
Dramatic, okay? So bottom, I'm gonna get more dramatic as we get higher up the pyramid, okay? So the bottom of the rape culture pyramid is rape jokes, saying things like boys will be boys, unequal pay. Unequal pay is rape. What? Okay, that makes no
I didn't
fucking
make the
sense.
graphic.
That makes no
I didn't
fucking
make the
sense.
graphic,
Okay,
alright?
victim blaming, locker room banter, yes. Sexist attitudes. I think there's a difference between being a sexist and rape. That's just me. And girls should stay home. What the fuck?
I guess because that's like victim blaming. It's like associated with it. Like you should have stayed home and that wouldn't have happened. Type of things. I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't make
agree
the
with-
graphic, dog.
I agree with like half of on the bottom tier, but now let's kick it up a little bit. Stalking, following, non-consensual photos, revenge porn, whistling, and unsolicited dick pics. Eva, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would be like the flight thing would be like on that level with all that.
Yeah.
I think like exposure because I couldn't find. That's what I was looking for on that pyramid. What's the third tier?
Third tier, sexual coercion, groping, safe word violations, threatening, dozing, covert condom removal. So basically, when you hitting it from the back and you decide like,
Oh, that's
if you,
part of rape.
Yes.
Oh, when you,
Oh,
when
shit,
you-
man.
If you don't tell her, like you just
what are you about to
go
say?
on.
Because
And
it's already consent, and then
Nana.
No.
No.
Not if she's not.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Nana. Oh,
They
okay.
already-
Yo, top tier. Okay, but by the way, fellas, just putting problematic PSA. Removing the condom when you hitting it from the back during sex
Without
without her
letting her
knowing
know, yeah.
is
Hitting it from
rape.
anywhere.
Anywhere, yes, thank you. Hitting it from
Dang.
anywhere is rape.
dang.
Okay. Yes. Yikes. And last one. It's the more obvious ones. All right, the more obvious ones. Obviously, rape, gang rape, murder, molestation, and violence. Okay, those are obvious.
Yeah.
So, do you think jacking off in the airplane seat counts as assault or rape?
I think it does count as assault because I was just paying attention more to the women's perspective, mainly because I am a woman. And just thinking about how the article describes, one of the first people that spoke up as being like frozen, like she didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? And that affects you. That's kind of like in relation to
Traumatizing.
domestic violence, right? It's like, okay, you're not being physically beat on, but mentally you're being affected. And that was kind of one of those scenarios where, I mean, she was obviously never been in that type of situation. So what do? You freeze up, you're affected by that,
Yeah.
and it affects you.
Yeah. What if it was a male right there? Like how that would be. I'll be like, if it was me, I'll be like, Boy, get out.
Yeah, he would speak up. He would say something.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't make contact with him like you did. I wouldn't even want to touch him. But what if it was a fat woman who was breastfeeding who whooped her titty out? Would that be traumatizing?
Oh.
Nobody's gonna die if you don't jerk off though. Like the woman doesn't feed her kid. Like that's just sustaining life. That's like the same as eating any other food on the plane to me. I don't think that's traumatizing at all.
Yeah.
Good point.
You're feeding a human.
Yeah, but how you feel like, a lot of women want to publicly breastfeed. So is that sexual harassment?
No, no, that's not sexual harassment because it is, like you said, Sin, it is providing life.
It's natural.
It's natural. However, I do think a lot of women do it for attention because it's like, come on, you could go somewhere more discreet to feed your kid, but then you have these women that are like, yeah, my baby's hungry. It doesn't matter where I am. It shouldn't. But I'm like, come on, y'all. But
I think it's like a statement. Like it's a statement on why do we think it's so unnatural and something that should be discreet and hidden away. I guess is what they're like. I guess that would be the point they're arguing. Is like this is something perfectly normal. You guys are the ones making a big fuss out of the human.
I mean, so is masturbation.
Nature. Yeah, but that's just like
that's supposed to be done in a secure location, I guess.
And breastfeeding can't.
No,
and I'm not saying
it's really natural. Like it's something to.
It's just the different activities. Like it's necessary. Breastfeeding is necessary.
The intent.
Fucking and masturbation are not necessary in the moment that breastfeeding is like once that baby's hungry, it's got to be fed.
Yeah.
Once you have the urge, it can still wait. It can wait. And so there's just more of an argument for why that should be discreet versus breastfeeding. Like, if your baby's hungry, your baby's got to eat. If you're horny, you can still hold on. You can wait till the flight's over. Go to your hotel.
Yeah. Thoughts?
And there's two parties in breastfeeding too. Mother and child versus if you're just masturbating. The only person to benefit is you.
Even though I have read there are some people who feel you should ask your baby for consent before breastfeeding. And even changing a didiaper.
Honestly, I won't be.
Oh my god, shit is fucked up in 2018.
It's going there. Yeah.
Yo, so going on to what we can't, the main topic for today. Let's get into the main shit.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All of these based on just the last points that I brought up. What the fuck is going on with social media in 2018? It seems like people are becoming more basic. It seems like critical thought is dead. Like, do y'all think social media now in 2018, is it causing more harm or good?
Better is good.
No, I know you would say
awesome.
that. Why do you say that?
It's awesome. I mean, it gives people a platform that originally might not have that type of platform to speak their opinions.
Should everybody have that platform?
But that's what I'm saying. It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to befriend them. It's up to you. So it's really up to the user, you know. And it's and based off of your friends or based off of the people you follow, then you're gonna get a certain type of content. So I mean, don't take stuff so literal. It's social media, you know.
It's really a question of perspective.
But let's not. I hear what y'all are saying, but let's not act like you just have to follow somebody to see some information. Okay,
You're
people
right.
are getting
There's cookies,
fired for things that they post.
But you don't just have to you can run into that shit just walking down the street, something you don't want to hear or see. Like, it's not like the world outside is more of a safe place than social media is. And I mean, the algorithms on like the YouTubes and Facebook and shit work to keep you on the site.
Exactly.
And so if you see something you like, they can tell, and they will just show you more and more and more of that content. So everybody just kind of lives in echo chambers of things they agree with now.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Even so, I read some studies that show that, the likes. So let's say you post a picture up and you got 500 likes. The website, the platform may actually show you about 200 of those likes or 250 rather than show you how much of an impact you really made. Because it's meant to keep you going back and looking and checking. They conceal some of your likes and some of your impressions that you make.
Wow.
So read that. Dang. So it's meant to, like you said, it's meant to keep you. So
I'm actually cooler than what I think I am.
Fortunately, yeah, you might be.
You know what?
You
just a little bit though.
I need more shirtless pictures. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's about nobody. Should everybody really have a platform to speak their voice? Everybody really need a platform.
Free world, freedom of speech.
On social media or in general?
And so on social media.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Nah, not really. There's some chaotic people here that don't need a platform like, any African parent. Sometimes they on there. Oh, nah, I'm on the book face.
Yeah.
Come show me how it works. You guys, like, yeah.
But you can mute them. But my problem is, let's say you, like the social justice warriors, right? Okay, you have all of these different movements going on, and that they're far left, far radical, right? And it's like, if you disagree, if you have a different opinion, for instance, this one group could be against abortion, and you might support abortion, and then it's like, if you speak something that's against their beliefs, they're gonna try and run you out of here.
But they do that in the real world too.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
But a lot of people like to be around people that agree with them and have the same opinion. And I don't think people know how to face conflict.
Yes.
Or people who are contradictory to their beliefs. And social media is a good engine to provide that that confrontation. You have to. You in life in general, at work, whatever, you're not always gonna agree with your boss or the policies, and sometimes you have to confront.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. I was reading this article that was called "From the Information Age to the Era of Intellectual Laziness," right? And pretty much, it was funny because we planned this topic, but I just happened to stumble across this article later. But it's pretty much saying all the things that I said. Us getting all of this content, all of this media, having to get our attention spans are like less than 5 seconds. All this and that. We're thinking with the information age, people should be more informed, but it's kind of leading to a reverse effect. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like people no longer have the tools to think for themselves because they're so used to being told what it is, and because of that, people don't know how to have conflicting, just discuss conflicting views.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, everything's right there at your fingertips, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, this one comment stood out. It was like, it's gotten to the point where most conversations do, in fact, traumatize these kind of people. Like, people are actually traumatized by difficult conversations now.
Right.
Or controversial. What do y'all think about that?
That's their problem.
But see, it's not their problem. It's your problem.
Right.
It's our problem. You can't be outspoken anymore without there being serious repercussions. And I'm not saying like say some wild racist shit, but I'm saying just simply standing against. If you say something about Nicki Minaj, you're gonna get slandered by the Barbs, obviously.
Right.
Okay. If you say something about something that Trump did that you feel Trump did right, or something
Right.
about Trump's policy, you're gonna have all these people flooding your mentions, calling you a Trump's, basically demonizing you, Trump supporter, racist, bigot, all this and that.
But I think back in the day, if you said something bad about the king, people came to your door with pitchforks and shit. So I don't think there's any difference in like human nature over time. It's just that now online, you're able to access concentrations of people that all think the same way. Versus if you went outside in the olden days or whatever and said something wild, there might only be 2 or 3 people that shared the same thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but now you're speaking directly to the congregation of crazy motherfuckers that all agree with each other.
And that's so toxic, man. Cause like, and I mean to confront this individual later, right? But there's, what were you about to say, Eva?
I was gonna say, so you think having a voice is a problem?
I think not everybody should have a voice.
Stand up for yourself is a problem.
Not
Just because you don't agree with it, it's a problem.
What I'm saying is, I have a problem with people that can't deal with a conflicting view. Deal with a view that's different from their own. Those are the people that I have a problem with, and it seems to be the trend these days is that nobody wants to hear 2 sides to a problem. They just want to be surrounded by motherfuckers that agree with them. And if you're on the opposite side, you can just be questioning, just simply questioning their belief, not disagreeing, but questioning. Okay, why do you feel this way? People gonna slander you, call you a bigot, call you a homophobe, call you transphobic, call you
instead of trying to explain.
Rather than actually either debunk your claim or answer your question or teach.
Right.
See, you're overcritical. You're deeper than an ocean type of brother, You gotta simplify it. You thinking too much into it. Hey, I'm one of those people.
I know you're one of those people, Nana. That's why I brought this shit up. Nana is the male person, like the personification of a female IG thought.
Nah. I don't be thoughting like that. It's marketing, okay, brother?
He doesn't say he hardly says anything. He doesn't speak. He has misspellings. He can't write, but he's always taking his shirt off, showing his abs.
I'm using what God gave me to my best ability.
All right,
you know, so
hey, do what you do. Get how you live. But you know, you're exactly the type of people that I think social media definitely gravitates towards. And I admit, I'm not an IG person. I'm not really big on social media in general. Not talking down on it. I see why it's great, but at the same time, I feel critical thinking is just dead these days, man. No,
I mean, your thinking is.
When was it alive? Is what I want to know. Yeah.
When Eddie Murphy, Raw, back when the days where you could drop several F-bombs that, maggots, but replace the word with an F. In a joke.
You had to have a late night show, late night appearance to do that, though.
I think we drop more F-bombs now.
Yeah.
I said we drop more F-bombs.
Are you serious?
Now.
You know which F-bomb I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm not saying
I
fuck.
know which F-bomb you're talking about.
And granted, I'm not supporting that. I personally don't use the word maggot, okay, to refer to that. But my problem is, so I'm not condoning that at all. But my problem is there's no one wants to have a conversation to teach anymore. It's just like how we had that one episode, Nano, we explored whether or not you were transphobic. Were you really transphobic? And we talked about what's the difference where's the line between being prejudiced or having a preference? That was a big thing, right?
Yeah.
And I told y'all about my friend Alexandra who came on the show. And she, one time we were just eating, having dinner. I was telling a story that involved a transgender or transsexual of some kind, whatever, right? And I used the word granny, but replaced the G with a T. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. I said that. And then Alexandra politely let me know, hey, you probably didn't know, but that's offensive. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh shit. I just thought that was just a shortened way of saying transgendered. Mm-hmm. Just saying granny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I was educated and I don't use that word. But my problem is that people no longer want to take the time to explain these kind of things. Nobody wants to. It's like you can't. You strike one strike, you out.
They're so offended.
One strike.
Super sensitive.
But we live in a world of instantaneous. Everything's instant, like Instagram.
It is.
So we want results instantly.
Microwave mentality, baby.
It's basically Amazon. If you think about big department stores are closing down due to Amazon, because now I can go ahead and order something from Amazon and get it within my drawer 24 hours or the same day.
Yeah.
So we're used to instant results. Mm-hmm. So all this critical thinking, honestly, if it wasn't a podcast, I wouldn't be talking to you. This is already over my head.
I know, Nana.
I'm trying to see what happened on Power.
I know, Nana. And that's what I'm saying. So is social media making people more basic?
It's just exposing what they already are. It's not making them more basic. Mm-hmm. It's just magnifying what they already are.
I disagree, because I think before we had these tools to gain access to quick information, we had to learn how to problem solve on our own. Mm-hmm. For instance, before there were all these apps that can do shit in a couple seconds, we had to learn the long way to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, installing software on your computer.
Right.
Okay? Most of these kids, and I don't blame them, it's not their fault, but they don't know shit about that. Mm-hmm. But that was something we had to learn and do growing up.
Yeah.
Whenever the computer freeze, what do you do? What do you do when the computer freeze? What command?
Control, Alt, Delete.
Most of these kids don't know that shit.
Oh, really?
They don't know that. And when you think about it, they really don't have a reason to know that for the most part. But they don't know the workarounds. They don't know how to solve problems on their own. Their first thing is ask somebody next to them or ask somebody else to tell them what they should think or do.
Right.
Even if you ask them,
faster.
If you ask them how do you feel about this, they're gonna look to the person on their left and be
What
like,
you think?
Yeah. And if they can't find it, guess who they're gonna ask next? Google. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way it is. Or they're gonna go on social media, and that's the thing. Nobody critical thinks anymore.
Exactly. That goes back to what I was saying with time. Nobody takes the time to do that, because back then, like what you were saying with how we used to do things, it taught us patience. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. The things that we did taught us certain things, and it's kind of translates how it is now. People don't have to wait for anything anymore. So what is patience? We don't have patience for anything.
But do you need patience in the future? I mean, I don't think we're ever going to start rolling the wheels backwards technologically, and so I think we're just going to become more and more connected and quicker and quicker and quicker. So why would they need patience? I mean, patience might have been a virtue for our times, and maybe for a generation or two more, but pretty soon it's going to be obsolete. So I mean, I don't know.
And it's not necessarily patience that I'm concerned about. You know, because I get it. Like, you know, I like Nana said with Amazon, I like getting my shit immediately, right? But it's more so problem solving. Okay, what if there's not an answer just handed directly to you? How are you going to get yourself out of this situation? Okay, just from simple shit like just from simple shit like you're missing an ingredient in some food. Okay,
Right.
how are you going to work around that? How are you going to compensate? Most people don't think like that anymore.
But I think that started with like specialization years and years and years ago when we started going into more of a model of instead of everybody doing everything for themselves, everybody started just taking on one trade and trying to specialize. And that goes way back.
Like the assembly line.
Yeah, that goes way back.
Yeah.
And it's like, but we've gotten infinitely greater products because people work on just doing one thing really fucking amazing and then cooperating with the people that make all the other components. So it's a line between cooperation and self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
That I think it is important to be able to think critically and to problem solve and you know be quick on your feet. I think that skill still has to be learned, but I think it's also good that people can cooperate nowadays and accept help.
Yeah. And then also there's this going back, there's this podcast, and I'm gonna talk to this guy too, because I want to make sure I haven't figured out if he was talking about us yet, you know. But
oh dang,
yeah, I'm gonna ask him about it, and if we can get him on the
Podcast
show.
beef?
I'm not gonna say it, it's a little too early to call, but we'll see. I'm gonna hit him up. We'll see. But I've been seeing these little subtweets, and one of them said, you know, I quit retweeting a lot of podcasts because their views, morals, or beliefs are different from mine. We gotta stop misogyny. You know, we gotta stop misogyny. And
is that why we
something.
played "Bitch I'm a Cow" because of the podcast?
Hey, shots fired! Hey. But that was so, you know, I was like, okay, because this guy, he stopped retweeting us a lot. I noticed that. That's why.
Yeah.
Now going on, he said something else in another tweet where, remember the last episode you mentioned something about the cat facts or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, you gotta get the cat facts.
Yeah, and he said something about, you know, because he listens to our show or did, but he was commenting all of a sudden. He said, cat facts, that's such a dumb. Oh no, he said something about basically the conversation is being of cat facts is ridiculous. I don't want to misquote him. I don't even have an exact quote, but I remember
everybody know what cat facts is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, basically getting the sexual background of a girl. Personally, I think is whack. You know, I think it's no longer a factor. I don't care. Everybody has a history.
We know you don't care.
Yeah, man, I'm almost 30, man.
know.
What the fuck I gotta care about somebody's background? That's just me, though.
You just don't want it to hit me personally, I don't want it to be into my immediate circle, you know? You know, like my kinfolk.
I feel that.
Yeah, for sure.
They might be in my wedding, you know? And then we're gonna have to do a best man all over again. You know?
Now I'm gonna hit this dude up and you know, see what's up. See if he was if he was referring to this show, because it sounded like he did. His energy sounds like he was, and I don't even care about that. A lot of people could feel that way. They disagree with what we say or what we do. Question, Nana: what views do we push on this show? Like what views does the show push?
I don't even have views.
Exactly. The show doesn't have a view. Like I feel a way about that. I feel about certain things. You feel the way you do. The whole concept is two motherfuckers with different opinions or views of life have a dialogue that people are shying away from.
Yeah,
that's the whole premise. So when I read that tweet, regardless if it applies to us or not, when he said that he's gonna stop supporting it or retweeting, which I don't care about, but basically when he's saying that he's gonna turn away from a show just because it disagrees or goes against his views or opinions, I feel like that is the big problem right now of today. Nobody wants to hear, rather than us have a conversation, you know, about what you see differently, what I see differently. Not saying we're gonna be kumbaya afterwards and get along, but just have that convo. Okay, if you feel we're being misogynistic, guess what? Chances are one of us may not know that we're being misogynistic. We may genuinely not know.
It's hard for people to agree to disagree, you know?
Yeah.
And it's healthy to have a argument or a debate. You know, it's actually healthy, mentally healthy. And when people have different opinions or go against the grain or popular opinions, they seem to be a taboo in pretty much in the world right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep you up.
That's basically EJ's life. He's a taboo, and
I'm a taboo.
Yeah.
What?
He just
What? I don't think you're using that correctly, man. What?
It don't matter, bro.
I don't think you. And see, man,
I'm just trying to.
that's the beauty of this shit. It works. Okay.
Yeah, man.
So-
I'm over here on Urban Dictionary. See, I don't even use a regular dictionary. I try to use Urban Dictionary to try to learn a new urban word of the every day. You know, a new urban word. And actually, if Urban Dictionary hit me up, I'm trying to get fantabulous.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's a word that I made up, fantabulous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're fantastic and fabulous at the same time. Yeah. So you can use it in a form. Let me go ahead and put it in a sentence here.
Anyway.
Eva, I noticed you're looking very fantabulous today. Can I get your number?
I don't know.
All right, so back to the possible. Hopefully not a beef. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding. I'm not gonna call it a beef.
Hey,
I
wherever it's beef, I got a skillet. So
hey
let's
man,
get it.
hey man, I'm all for the smoke. But it's too early to call yet. It could just be a simple difference in opinion. It could be a misunderstanding. So I'm gonna hit old dude up. I'm gonna hit him up. I still fuck with his show. I'm gonna hit him up and we'll give y'all an update if he responds back. But again, that highlights the entire problem. Nobody wants to be face to face with views that challenge their opinion. And the way I look at it is, if you really firm in your belief, you should be able to look the other side in the eye and convey your point.
Stand up for that, yeah.
So why is everybody so pussy when it comes to standing, hearing the opposite side?
I don't think you have to be that firm in your belief all the time, though. I think you should be open to taking on some new information and possibly even changing your belief.
Yes, I agree.
And I think it's cool to say this, some shit just ain't for you, and then just leave it at that.
True. Exactly. So I'm glad you mentioned that point too. Keep an open mind.
Yeah.
But just it's kind of like when kids back when little kids put their hands over their ears like la la la, I don't hear you. That's the mentality a lot of people have on social media. This person said they love Kanye, block. Kanye said some dumb shit, I don't fuck with him. Or this person said a comment about, that's how people are. This person said a comment compliment about Trump. I don't fuck with you, Trump supporter. You bigot. You're racist.
Yeah.
It's very
Well,
black and
they're
white.
just very sensitive. Everybody's too sensitive. now.
Everybody's too pussy.
Everybody got, you got to cater. I mean, and the school systems support that. I mean,
Yes, indeed.
shoot, at school, man, I hate the fact that kids are getting bullied, but I think it's necessary. You need to get bullied to
Talk
a
to me.
certain,
That's the
certain
kind of shit I like to hear. Yeah.
Hey, and I know the thing about you got bullied a lot just by your appearance.
I never got bullied. No, I didn't have no bullies. Okay, I cleared this up
You
on the
didn't
last
get bullied
episode.
enough.
Okay.
So, man, I growing up, I got bullied, and I got bullied by my name. I got bullied by smelling like stockfish coming to class. I got bullied, on a lot of other stuff. But, look at where I'm at right now in life. Look how far I'm at, kids.
So basically you're saying bullying builds character.
Perseverance build character. All right, not bullying itself, but you got to persevere through the bully. You have to face some adversity. A lot of people getting everything how they like it, their way, and then when they get adult and life really hits them and they face some adversity, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it.
Yeah,
because they never been through there, and that's why they can't make a critical decision because it's always been predetermined for them.
Yeah,
that's why these school systems are, they're good, but at the same time, I kind of disagree with it. When I have kids, I think I'm gonna homeschool them. Myself.
I wouldn't even go the homeschool route just because that's socialization. Like, how are they gonna?
I
handle
was
it?
right about to say
Yeah,
that.
like-
You got to be around
Sam, what were you
people.
gonna say?
I was just going to say that you got to be around people. You got to be exposed to other cultures and thought process because it's the same thing. They got to be around other kids that think differently and come from different
It
places,
helps
get
to
other
understand
perspectives.
who you are and what type of person you want.
And it just helps you build social skills, period. You got to know how to communicate with people.
Talk to people, yeah.
Yeah, because when I went from a private school to being 1 out of 5 black kids and then going to high school at Skyline in Dallas, I don't know if you know, but just a bunch of niggas and Mexicans, 10 metal detectors. All right. It was a total different experience, total different culture shock. And I'm over here conversing with, I played soccer, so I was cool with a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah.
I could tell. I was cool with a lot of Mexicans. Then, niggas I sat next to in class were selling dope. Fake gang banging. Maybe some of them were real. I don't know. I learned how to move accordingly. I learned how to converse with these different walks of life that were different from mine. And I feel like that's something that's missing. Sin, you said something about connecting, right, earlier. do you think we're really connecting online, like with people when we're posting a video? Okay, Nana, like when you taking your shirt off and you posting a what's it called, a story video, are you really connecting with people?
Absolutely. It's up to me. It's up to the user to connect with people, and I think social media and a lot of the other vehicles, website like Instagram, Facebook, they're giving us ways that we can keep our audience engaged. You know, by having polls or actually keeping them engaged on. You can ask them a question, yes or no. So I think we're really connecting.
Sam, what you think?
I think they're different types of connections. I don't know. I mean, I still can't compare it to real life, face-to-face interaction. It's just not anywhere near the same. But it also does give you opportunity to meet new people, to have conversations with them. Or like, at the end of my tour, I got to post a picture up thanking everybody.
Oh, dang.
And there's no way I could run around DFW finding these people that came and saw me. So it was a way to reach out and say, I appreciate y'all. So I think it's a connection, but I think it's a different type of connection. But I think for the newer generations coming up, it's going to be more and more of a different feeling for them and a different perspective, because we got to grow up in the shift. Like when I was growing up, when I had my first phone, like all the emojis we had were just the fucking 2 dots and the little
were no emojis.
You
had to make them.
It
was a punctuation. And again, look, that demonstrates the way of thinking. We did a workaround.
Yeah.
So you made a good point. We were but we grew up in the shift. Like we learned how to use social media. Like we were still young. We adapted to social media. Yeah. Which is why, like with us, we look at social media like it's not real life. At least I do. But at the same time, I understand, like, who am I to tell these little kids when they're like, when they're feeling
this
like
is all they know.
Yeah, like to them, this is real. Like when somebody saying some shit about you online, to them, that's real.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So we're missing a little mental toughness. But do y'all think that what do y'all think? Are we really connecting, Eva?
I definitely agree with what Sin was saying. It's a different type of connection. I mean, I think the difference is having a connection in person and rather than like on social media is having a choice. You can choose who you want to connect with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't have to like hurt that person's feelings. They don't even have to know. You know what I mean? Like you're behind a screen. They don't see you. You don't have to try to be nice or try to be fake or anything. You can just be like, oh, no, move on to the next person.
See, I wish real life interactions were a little bit closer to that.
We could just swipe left on people.
Right. Not really swipe left, but like I like just getting straight to the point of things. I hate small talk.
Yeah.
So this is a question for Nana right here. All right. And anybody, do y'all
What's up,
do y'all
man?
Post a lot?
I have to I'm not big on social media, but I have to set my like Instagram and Twitter and shit to a schedule because as an artist I gotta keep content out there. So like
same.
I try to post at least once a day.
Yeah, okay, but for you try to.
I try, like I have to try.
That's how I look at social media too.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I started out having to try. I actually deleted all of my personal accounts and then restarted the accounts that I have for my business. So
why'd you delete your personal?
I just couldn't connect with it. Like it was the same thing I had to try. Like I just couldn't get with it. Like I didn't understand how people can freely be themselves on something. I don't know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't get with it. So I mean, I couldn't connect. I deleted them all. It didn't really do anything for me. And then I restarted with my business and it became more natural for me. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, to me it's all fake. And I don't mean necessarily in like an all negative way, but I just look at a lot of shit, just kind of fake connections. Nana,
I
know you post a lot.
I smell it in the air. Y'all smell it? A hater.
I wouldn't even go set you up, bro.
You're just that one guy at how probably after this at home. Oh, these guys on social media. They're so cool.
That's the big contrary. On the contrary, I don't hate social media,
right?
But I'm not amused by it as a lot of people are, because I don't know. To me, the shit just seems all the way ingenuine.
It depends how social media treats you.
Now you're the perfect one to ask about this.
I get a lot of love. My DMs be popping.
Is it really, Nana? Is it really love? Huh? Is it really love? And I'm probably asking the wrong person. Is it really love that you're getting?
Yes, I get a lot of love on social media. Yeah, like people show me a lot of love, appreciation, and it just depends on what content you want to put up there.
But I mean, are you really relating to these people? Are you really making a deep connection with these people, or is it just a like button and move on?
Like entertainment.
I take it I take it for what it is. You know, it's social media. I'm connecting. They obviously see something on my page that they like, you know, or a picture I post that they like, you know, is attracting to them. All right, I take it for what it is. So if they like a picture of me reading a book, then you know they might be an intellectual type of person. If they like a picture of me with my shirt off, showing my abs, then you know they might be inspired by my physical attributes.
This nigga.
No, but honestly, like I look on pages and I'm a personal trainer too, so I look on other people's page and fitness page and I see their and then I see body goals. Like I'm like, you know what? That inspires me. I'm trying to get to that point.
I see.
You know, it's not always about a thirst trap. I'm trying to get someone. We're past that, you know.
Yeah.
And then some people might be attracted to you and might be, you know, maybe thirsty. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like my whole thing is about inspiring people. So that's what I'm doing on social media. So I attribute all my posting and my content to inspire other people and keep them entertained.
Man, you just trying to get pussy. All right. All right, let's keep it real.
I'm past that age. I mean, I can get them if I want to, but I'm almost 30, so you know that's not my MO anymore. I mean, if you seen in the show, if y'all watch previous episodes, you know I got curved and a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to progress. So 2018 is a year of progression.
All right, let's ask a real question. We don't have much time.
right there.
Nana, and this goes to anybody. People like I have a theory about people who post all the time. That's especially if it's like not pertaining if it's business related or something.
And
like
some
that.
people are social influencers.
Are you really happy? Like when you're are you are you really happy in life when you're posting? Or are you trying to feel something that's missing in your life, Nana?
I use my social.
Take the time. Think about it for a little bit. Think about it for a little bit. You're not thinking.
Okay.
Think about it for a little bit.
Thinking. Dang. But see,
Are
we
you
just
really-
talked about that thinking part. I don't want to think.
I know.
You got me on the
And
show
this
thinking.
is-
I don't want to be
this
there.
is the
We're about
problem.
to turn up after this.
This is the problem. Everybody runs away from self-reflection. Okay, like
There's a time for it. Like, dang,
it's
you
just
make me all analytical and stuff.
like when
dang.
you're posting, those fucking ab pictures, which I'm not hating on. Do you,
Yeah.
man? Hey, you
Yeah.
work hard. Shout out to his business, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
These
sure.
are you hit up Nana Man for your personal training needs. All right. Now, when you posting all of these things, I believe people post. If it's not business related or whatever, people post for attention, and I don't think that's bad because to me, that's the whole point of posting,
I post
right?
for attention too.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like, do you feel something is missing in your life that you're trying to fill or gain from posting at, very often?
I'm not even thinking right now.
Just silence.
Yes. Oh my
We
god.
gonna turn up. Like,
Okay, what are you running from?
huh? What
Think
am I
about
running from? Are you my psychiatrist? Like, dang.
This is what I'm
You
talking
know,
about.
like-
Nana,
They digging
you are
deep.
the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Where people, and this all relates to bitch, I'm a cow.
Somehow we're gonna tie
People run away from substance. Like we have, like I believe, like with the mix of all of this constant content, simplicity is everything. People have an aversion to substance. People don't really want to feel things.
They don't
People
want
don't
to
really
face it.
want
You must
to
have
reflect
actually
it.
got through your you've been accelerated reading plan when you grew up.
I'm just
you
a
read
person,
all the
bro.
Harry Potter books. Like I was just reading the books that had pictures on it, you know? Dr. Seuss, I could get that.
I'm just a person. So I'm asking you, like, do you have an answer for that?
For
Do you really? What sense of fulfillment do you get from posting often?
I like the attention.
You like the attention.
I like the attention.
So, like, do you feel like you're missing this attention in real life?
Man, it depends where I want to get the attention from. But yeah, I like the attention. I'm not missing nothing from real life, you know. Well, actually, you know what I do? I need a real woman.
I'm not gonna
in my
lie, Nana.
life.
When I look at you, I see a bullshitter. Okay, even in your response, I feel like you bullshitting.
Me
Yes.
BSing you.
Yes.
Am I? I mean, it
Look,
makes me think.
I
that's
know,
the thing.
and you're uncomfortable
I ain't
with it,
trying to
and I
think
see
right
that, and I
now.
love it.
Like, it make me analyze stuff. Like it's too deep right now. Like
It's too
we need to, bro. I'm about to. The water's raising up right now. All right, we going past the shallow end. We're going too deep, and it's too.
There's no such
early
thing
for
as
that.
too deep. That's the problem. We need to go in more. All right, we need to get deeper.
Dang.
People don't know why they're doing things anymore. People don't think
Of
what
course
they're
not.
getting from things anymore. We have an aversion to substance. People run away from shit that makes them feel something.
But sometimes it's not the context to be feeling something all the time. You
Yeah,
can't just run around
bro.
crying in your car everywhere you're fucking.
Who said you have to
everywhere
cry?
you're going. It's just, I think there's different times for it. I think you can't just be just deep, because that should have hurt your brain. Like if you're just deep in thought all day, there's a time and a place.
But I could tell just by talking to you, I could tell that you're a self-reflection type of dude.
Oh, yeah,
not you know, and
definitely.
of course, like I'm sure you turn up, when shit
Yeah.
when need be, but I could tell that you have that side of you.
Yeah.
With your self-reflection, and I can definitely tell that about you,
Everybody
Eva.
have self-reflection.
Except Nana.
I look in the mirror every day. I self-reflect
Okay.
there. I looked at myself in the mirror and I self-reflect right there. I was like, man, that is a dapper young man right there. Oh, he is so charming. I'll tell you about that handsome devil right there. I self-reflect all the time, brother.
Now I'm gonna get it out of you one of these days, Nana. I'm
What
gonna
do
get
you
it out of you one of
want,
these
man?
days.
What do you want?
What do I want?
I feel like DMX. Now I finally figured out what DMX and Cisco was screaming in that song. What these niggas want from us? You know, like I now understand, bro. Like I don't know what you want. What do you want?
I want an honest answer. I want a human answer. Huh? I want a genuine answer from you.
Well, then you gotta keep.
What are you
watching
trying to
yourself.
fulfill?
I'm trying to fulfill my likes. I'm trying to fulfill my comments. That's what I'm. That's all I'm trying to. I'm like. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to fulfill my DMs. You feel me? Facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep up with my boy KJ. You know, like.
Nah, man, I love you, bro. Hey, Eva, what do you think? Do people that post often, do you think they're trying to fill something that they don't have, or something that they feel they're missing in their real life?
I mean, possibly, mostly because in the world of social media, you can make it how you want it to be. You can make people see how you want them to see you.
Your
You know what
highlight
I
reel.
mean? I mean, exactly. Like your personal life may not even match up with the life, even with body image. Let's go there. Like females, there's apps where you can change your body. Like you can make your waist look thinner. I mean, have you ever thought of why all like the girls on social media have the same body type? Like it's an app. Like they suck their
I
waist.
did not know that.
Honestly,
They suck their
how
waist.
can
selling
you?
trade-
How would I be
tools
able to
for trade?
identify like the app?
I mean, unless you see him
a
in
good question.
person and then you see and it's like it doesn't match up. Like, okay, you look like this in person, but on your Instagram, this is not what you look like. So I think that a lot of people get fulfillment in trying
Because I
to
need
portray.
that app too. I'm trying to look taller.
No, dude,
Do they have that?
Yeah.
That's actually a good question.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they have apps for everything. You can put like
can
little
grow?
abs on you and everything.
dang.
Like you can trick it out.
You ain't gotta work
It's
out no more,
crazy.
Nana.
It's insane. So yeah.
Hairlines, because you already have people doing. Tiger gave away his hairline plug. Can you add hairlines with these apps too?
Oh, I don't know about
Pretty
that
sure
one.
you can do a lot.
Your barber can do that for you, bro.
Yeah.
If your barber can't do that.
Yeah, so I think just the fulfillment of trying to make yourself look like something you're not in real life gives people pleasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all think that? And this is the last question. We gotta wrap it up. But like, do y'all think that social media, like your profiles, accurately reflect what's going on? Like, accurately reflect your life?
No, but I don't accurately reflect my life when I walk around and interact with people all day any damn way. I don't think anybody has an accurate portrayal of. I don't even know if I have an accurate portrayal of my life. That's like a really fucking deep and like extensive answer that you would have to give somebody an accurate portrayal. There's so much information. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Not even that. Like you can even live with someone. Actually, sometimes you can even be someone's significant other, wife, husband, or even brother, sister, and live with this person and still not know
who the
accurate.
fuck
That's
they
true.
are.
That is true.
Not a clue.
You know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you too deep, brother.
Nah, man. There's no such thing as too deep.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as too deep. Do y'all think so?
I don't think so.
I don't think
Going
so
too
either.
deep again.
Wow. Okay.
Can we play Doja Cat Move?
God.
Wait, we haven't got
end
an
off on
answer
that
from
one.
Eva.
Oh God, we gonna go
Eva.
out on move.
What's up?
Yeah, we're going out on Move.
Have we got an answer from Eva?
Eva,
What was my
hey, what's your final thoughts on the whole social media as far as substance wise? Like me saying critical thinking is dead. We avoid substance.
Is
it really
Instagram
reflecting-
an accurate portrayal of you as a person?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, so you're asking me that.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, because I use my social media for my business, and it's basically an art. Fashion designing is how I express myself. So what I post is me it's like what I created in my mind. You know what I mean? I'm able to portray that through my posts.
Yeah.
So most definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. Speaking of the business, hey, we're about to close out right here. Any final shout outs or plugins you want to put in for your business? Eva?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page and Instagram at Fashioned with a ED by May, MAE. That's where you can find me. You can contact me directly to get your custom made fits.
Hey. You gonna hook us up, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, the my men's line's dropping in the fall, so you can start seeing some men's stuff going on my page. So check it out.
Yeah, and where else can I find you after 7 p.m. tonight?
Ooh, crickets. No comment. Sin.
At Sin Spoken Word on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and most other places. You can stream and poetry anywhere you stream your music, Spotify, Tidal, whatever. Go by Deep Vellum with a V bookstore and pick up my project if you want it in physical CD form. Or come see me at the Doc Bookshop on Tuesdays. I'm a co-host of an open mic there. That's in Fort Worth.
Hey, yo, follow the show, The Problematic Safe Place. You can follow us at We The Safe Place on IG, Twitter. Look us up on YouTube. Listen to us on all podcast apps. All right, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere. We're everywhere. And you can follow me, Ejike Jamal, at EJIKE JAMAL. Nana Man, take us out.
Jedi, kick my song for me. I want to go out to that. But if you want to find me, ladies, you can find me on blackpeoplemeet.com, Tinder.
God.
Nah, on a serious note, man, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at NANA_MANNN. I'm on Snapchat, NANA_MAN. And also, man, hide your kids, hide your wife. We out.
Hey, it's Problematic Safe Place. We out. And low key, I kind of hate myself. I think this shit is growing on me.
Yeah, it's a good one. Hey, yeah.
You have to listen. She has a good vibe.
Yo.